instead of listening to that internal compass that I believe is built into each one of us, this connection that's built between all of us, right? We're built for community somehow, some way. We're connected to all these people and we can feel what they feel when we're open to it, right? But a lot of that stuff gets shut down because we make choices that are good for right now instead of good. I find the biggest barrier between people and the actual voices that they need to be listening to, that kind of self-talk that's beneficial and it's going to lead them back there, are the small things that we neglect. We know we need to do something and we don't do it. We know we need to not do something and we do it anyway, right? Then we get into this space where we make this voice of intuition smaller and smaller and smaller. And instead of listening to that internal compass that I believe is built into each one of us, this connection that's built between all of us, right? We're built for community somehow, some way. We're connected to all these people and we can feel what they feel when we're open to it, right? But a lot of that stuff gets shut down because we make choices that are good for right now instead of good, right? That really start to shut down that voice. And I just realized that was happening. And I was getting into defensive postures in my life, which meant that I was going to plant a flag in today at the expense of tomorrow. I was going to defend who I was today and forget who I could be tomorrow, and just be more focused on being right than being real, than tapping into that. So I think it's in all of the small things that we do. We think about somebody, right? We all get that. We all think about somebody. We don't call them, right? We don't call them. We think we should do something. Oh man, it would be really good for me to do this for my wife. But I'm tired. And that's where it starts, right? But I worked all day, right? Instead of honoring that connection that we have, right? We start to dishonor that voice, and of course the voice goes away. Just like any other voice that we dishonor, just like any other voice that we ignore, it gets smaller. And so what voice gets louder? The voice of conditions, the voice of circumstance, the voice of self-protection, the voice of the ego, essentially all that's there to keep us safe, right? I don't think that being safe and being connected are the opposite ends of the spectrum. I just believe they're neighbors and we just get to choose which door we walk into. And most of the time we're not in a place where we need to protect ourselves. We're not in that space. So we ought to choose the voice of connection, being connected to the people around us. But it all starts with being connected to ourselves.